This is lavender Otto Quast or Quasti. It's a Spanish and French cross, apparently. So it's a popular plant. It has a very early bloom, many times as early as March, April. And as you can see here, it looks very messy when it's done with its bloom cycle. And it will keep blooming. So what the challenge is with this plant is how do you get those dead flower heads off as the new flower buds are following up. It's one of my biggest complaints about the plant, and as a designer it's one of the reasons I stopped using this plant, pretty much because it's a lot of maintenance for the show. But if you like this plant, let me show you how to take care of it. And basically you have to be willing to give up some of the buds. If you look closely here, you can see some fresh flowering heads that are starting to come out while all of these dead flower heads are on there. So you've just got to be willing to give some of those up, knowing that once you've cleaned the plant up, you'll get one large flush of blooms that will typically follow your deadheading. So I'm going to do this one with hand pruning shears, and really I also want to make the plant a little denser than it is right now. It's got some gaps in it, and when we clean it up pretty good and shear it a bit, you'll get better infill typically to where you have a fuller looking plant. So initially I'm just going to go in and take the big pieces off that are going to give me the form that I'm after. And once I've established that form, then I'll go in, and any dead flower heads that are below the surface of where I've cut off, I'll go in there individually and start cherry picking those out of the middle of the plant. And that's where it can get a bit tedious. If you only have one of these plants, it's not a big deal. But if you've got a whole bunch of them, it's a lot of work. So as you can see, we've got the plant cleaned up. It's looking a lot better. And when it starts generating the new foliage, it'll also look a lot fresher because the interior foliage gets a little brownish and the new foliage has a nice clear green-gray to it, and just looks a lot fresher.